When a Greek tortoise senses a threat, it pulls its limbs into a shell that is actually a permanent part of its skeleton. Their 5 to 8 inch size makes them popular pets, but their survival depends on an internal anatomy that differs significantly from most household animals. The upper carapace and the flat lower plastron are constructed from roughly 60 fused bones. Because they are locked inside this rigid structure, they cannot adjust their body to compensate for a poor environment. If the external conditions are wrong, their internal systems have no way to adapt. Success with this species requires a specifically calibrated life support system designed to manage the trade-offs of this evolutionary design. Inside that shell, the ribs are fused to the bone, meaning the tortoise cannot expand its chest to breathe. It relies on pulsing abdominal muscles to manually draw air into its lungs. This makes steep-walled glass terrariums a hazard. If a tortoise flips onto its back while trying to climb a glass wall, its internal organs press down on those abdominal muscles, leading to rapid suffocation. A tortoise table provides the flat, open space necessary to prevent these accidental flips while ensuring proper air circulation. That 60-bone shell also presents a growth challenge. As the animal matures, the biological sutures between those interlocking plates must continuously expand. Skeletal growth requires specific environmental triggers. Without them, the bones weaken and warp, resulting in the painful degradation of metabolic bone disease. To prevent this, a high-quality UVB bulb must be positioned between 12 and 18 inches from the top of the shell. These bulbs lose their effectiveness over time and require replacement every 6 to 12 months to remain functional. This laying provides the synthetic radiation necessary to maintain the structural integrity of the skeleton. Building that bone also requires specific chemical intake. Greek tortoises need a high-fiber diet and low in protein, consisting of leafy greens like dandelions and grasses like timothy hay. However, oxalates found in spinach and rhubarb are dangerous because they bind to calcium in the gut, preventing the mineral from ever reaching the bone matrix. Beyond diet, the habitat must function as an external engine for the tortoise's heat. Unable to regulate body temperature, they rely entirely on their surroundings to stay active. This requires a temperature gradient. One side must offer a 90 to 95 degree basking spot, while the opposite stays 75 to 80. Maintaining 40 to 50% humidity in coconut ware substrate mimics their dry microclimates. It is vital to avoid loose sand. If a tortoise swallows sand while eating, it can lead to gut impaction, a fatal blockage in a digestive tract. By managing these specific variables, the fiber intake, the heat gradient, and the humidity, you are essentially operating the tortoise's metabolism for it. The Greek tortoise has existed in this form for millions of years, surviving through a specialized relationship with its environment. In a domestic setting, using generic supplies or a standard glass box causes that specialized anatomy to deteriorate over time. But when you provide the specific lighting, thermal gradients, and diet its body requires, this reptile can thrive for several decades. To begin setting up your enclosure, visit Krawlo.com for our guide on habitat construction, required gear, and seasonal care.